building the number one in a state, that takes something a little different. Well, that's exactly what Amy Stockberger did.
If your profit model is based on transactions and not lifetime value, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder.
Amy, you run the highest producing
repeat and referral business to refer me and use me again. And shocker, it didn't work. They can come get for free for life when they buy or sell through Amy Stockberger Real Estate. We built an AI agent for just our market stats. So my agents are so well equipped that they can go into any listing appointment and talk to this agent before they go in to get on how to build a vendor network. DM me vendor.
In this episode, Amy breaks down what it means to be a serverpreneur, how she turned a local networking group into a lead machine, and why she's obsessed with building her agents' legacies. If you're ready to grow a team or start a brokerage, you'll want to steal not just one, but all of these moves.
Before we begin the podcast, I have one small favor to ask. If you could hit the subscribe button so that we could reach more real estate agents every single week. Thank you.
Amy, you run the highest producing residential real estate firm in South Dakota, and you're top 50 in the nation. Now, before we got on the podcast, you sent over your press page that, had one word written all over it: serve. Now, I could ask you, what does this mean? But instead, I'm going to ask, why specifically the word serve over, say, give, help, aid, or the dozen other words everyone else uses to describe their business?
Serve. The reason I get up in the morning is to help other people build big, juicy legacies for themselves. And I feel that if you're a servapreneur instead of an entrepreneur and you're authentically helping people above your wants, needs, and desires achieve their wants, needs, and desires, that it doesn't feel like it's work. It's actually something where you're out there making major impact in people's lives. And that's fun. So when was the last time you helped or served somebody and you felt crappy? Doesn't happen. Our brains don't work that way.
True. It's like, have you heard of servant leadership?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to trademark the word servapreneur.
Oh, interesting.
So we shouldn't be on words. We should be servapreneurs. That's my whole mission, is to build an industry of servapreneurs to elevate the client experience before, during, and forever. And if we do that, agents can build a beautiful legacy business that is sellable.
I like it. Yeah. I think that's one thing that I hear a lot in business is like value add, value add, value add. But value is very much like it almost comes off as very commerce, like you get tit for tat type thing. Whereas like serve is like, I can just help you, man. Like it's that easy. So with that being said, how specifically do you implement that in the business? I know we were talking a little bit about it, but like tactically break it down for me. How do you implement it?
Well, we found, I've been doing this for 25 years now. But about 10 years in, I found a giant hole in my business, as well as what I found to be a big hole in the real estate industry. About that time, I was really systemized. That's one of my superpowers, is systems. So I was killing the before and during part of the transaction, but I wasn't getting that repeat and referral business. And as much as I should, I was getting some, but I was like, well, if they are doing so well, why was I not staying top of mind? And at that time, I was running billboard ads to the tune of about $25,000 to $35,000 a year. And the one campaign goal of those billboards were to remind the people who knew, like, and trusted me to refer me and use me again. And shocker, it didn't work. It was serving me. It wasn't serving them. It was just another, piece of my face up on a board. It wasn't helping their home ownership journey. It wasn't helping their human existence. And so I went down a rabbit hole and I was looking for a blueprint. I wanted to find something somebody else had done so I could implement it and put it in my business in my own way. And I could not find anything that was really serving all parts before, during, and forever after. So we eliminated past client from our vernacular. We don't have past clients. We only have client delight. And we just set every part of our systems up before, during, and after to serve our clients at such a high level. We have a unique value proposition really to hit the wants and needs of everybody through each stage of all human journey. So we have a lease buyout program for that very first client who's buying that first house to help them get into home ownership, to start building wealth through real estate, all the way down to that last seller who's selling that last house before they get into senior care. We have a golden age guided move program, to everything in between, from a guaranteed sales program, instant offer, love it or leave it, to our signature value adds, which is our serve, serve, serve sell approach. We have VIP clubs. So when somebody buys or sells from us, they get access to our moving trucks for free for life, moving supplies. We have party equipment, bouncy houses, cotton candy, snow cone and popcorn machines, margarita machines, tables and chairs, everything they need for their whole human existence, as well as a tool shed that has everything they're going to need for that home ownership journey, because there's a lot of things people don't want to rent, buy, or store. They can come get for free for life when they buy or sell through Amy Stockberger Real Estate. And we just branded every piece of that equipment so that and set up software so that our clients are could easily access it, because that's the other thing. We need to just serve their human existence on after the transaction. What's easy? Them to call their real estate agent? Not as easy. We know what's easy is just to go online and look at what's at the time that works best for us, 10 o'clock at night. Oh, this is available. I can pick it up tomorrow. So set it up to make it as easy as possible for them. And besides having every piece branded to us, so it's in front of all of their friends and family, so that they're saying my name as often as possible in front of as many people as possible in a good way. On top of that, we got to set up so that the agent on my team, they get notified every time one of their clients checks out a piece of equipment, so they can authentically make a touch point of, hey, so you grabbed the bouncy machine and the margarita machine. Looks like it's a birthday party. What else can I do to help you guys? How are you? And then lead into something of more of a conversation of service rather than a commission breath where you're just like, hey, you want to buy or sell, huh? That's terrible. That's awful, you know?
I'm curious, do you do anything? I hear a lot on like the email side. People do emails, people do letters, people do mailers, all of these different things. It sounds like it's a lot of inbound, right? So people are coming out to check out different things, check out. What do you do for outbound?
Yeah, so our Lucky Home support model, every pillar of it lives within every action plan we have. So from the onboarding to the very first buyer and seller to forever after, it lives in every action plan. And again, our whole culture is that service. So our clients, there's nobody who doesn't know what they get when they're an Amy Stockberger real estate client. So it's just known from the very beginning and forever after that that's what they have. So of course we have just our regular action plans. We don't spend a lot though on what most agents do as far as their marketing campaigns, because we don't have to. Our clients are our marketing campaigns. Having that raving fan out there referring us to their friends and family because they want their friends and family to get all the perks they get, that is worth the ROI I've had on that. Is I couldn't spend that on a Meta ad or a Google pay-per-click.
Yeah.
The amount of just having word of mouth referral is huge for us, which this program helps us turn every one client into 5 more clients. So I'm able to help not only give my agents leads, but give them multiplying sales with this.
That's smart. That's really, really smart. One thing that I see a lot so a little bit of context. I do SEM, if you're familiar with the term, for real estate agents. And so the biggest problem that we see is even if you run the Google ads, you still have to have such good value, right? Because let's be honest, all Google ads is, all Meta ads is, all SEO is, all any of these uses is attention. You can pay for attention. But if you're not giving value, if you're not giving the moving truck, if you're not giving the margarita machine, I don't know, in Wisconsin, it would be like a keg. I don't know. But it would be something of value with it. You need to have that on the back end. And so like operational wise, systems wise, you need to be able to get attention, bring it in, give so much value that they stick with you. And I think that's, from my understanding, what you excel at. You don't have to do much outbound because everyone that you have is just stuck like glue.
Right. And when you think about it, Christopher Lochhead has this quote, it's my favorite quote. I talk about it a lot when I keynote, but he says, if your profit model is based on transactions and not lifetime value, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder for somebody who is younger and better looking than you that your clients are going to go to. And that's what it is. You have to focus on your lifetime value of your clients. And the only way to do that is to be of value, to be of service to them through all of these different seasons of their human experience.
Exactly. And even from like if you're a super big numbers person, like I always hear of guys who run pay-per-click ads, not to make them profitable, but to get people into the ecosystem because they know 5 years down the line, they're giving so much value to them that they're going to buy with them. So it's a very different like frame shift here. I also wanted to ask you, you have Buy Back Your Time on the back by Dan Martell.
Yeah, I coach in his eco. Yeah.
Oh, you coach for him?
I'm in his coaching,
okay.
his elite coaching.
Okay.
Yeah. I spent some time with him in June last year in Kelowna. Great dude.
What from that book and from him, what's the biggest thing you've learned?
Oh my goodness. I ROI'd my entire coaching year within the first 90 days in his program. And and then I spent 2 days in a mastermind with people where I was like the smallest person in the room, which is the best room to be in. You know, people are doing, 100 million a month in, MRR. I mean, just insaneness. But systems are one of my superpowers. So I aligned right away with that. But we have gone through and, again, re-systemized everything for not only my business here, but for the agents I help nationally, and helping them make their business SaaS, systemized, automated, delegated, or deleted. Sometimes us as entrepreneurs, we add in layers we don't need, and we need to figure out there's no reason to optimize something that should be deleted. And so we're always looking at that. And I actually said it to my team today, like, here's the deal. If you're not, we're AI forward on everything and building everything out to make sure that we're systemizing in that way and saving massive time and being smart about it, that if they're not using my 1-3-1 method of how we do it with AI first, that they're being irresponsibly unproductive. Like, we need to be sure that we're not being irresponsibly unproductive because we have all of this at our fingertips. What a sexy time to be alive, man. It is pretty cool. The opportunity right now, the technology that we have in front of us that we're able to do is insane. Like, I built out this killer, again, psych soc double major who didn't even actually graduate, walked all the way through, didn't had 2 credits left and go back and do it. I built out an entire piece of code that is helping so many agents right now. And I did it in like 15 minutes. It's a beautiful time to be alive that we're able to do that.
It's crazy how tactical it's getting in real estate. So like,
oh my God.
You can, instead of sitting down and writing, oh, there's like this about the house and it's like, this is going to be cool. And like all that is like done. Okay, move on. Next step. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. I created a list to launch GPT for my agents a while ago that they use for everything digital, from listing description to every part of their hooks, their CTAs, all of it. And knowing our business model to add that information in, to use that as a hook for them too. We built an AI agent for just our market stats. So my agents are so well equipped that they can go into any listing appointment and talk to this agent before they go in to get the micro information on it, and be able to have that for their talk tracks, and just to know and to be, again, the highest level of service to everybody they're in front of, and just making that process easy for them.
Smart. Yeah, I see that a lot as well, of like, especially on a marketing side, operationally, hooks are really, really, AI is almost there, but not quite. So it's really good to like proofread stuff. So, I'll give you a good example. I'm running, have you heard of Conrad before? Okay, look them up. They're like a referral real estate business. They're trying to compete with Zillow, basically, but more referral based. And so I'm working with them on their ads. But the thing is, the AI isn't quite good enough to get it right with like memes, hooks, all that type of thing. But if you give it ideas, it runs with it. So that's a really nice thing about real estate. The core is pretty much always solidified. It's always, you have this many bed, you have this many bath, it's located here. And so the groundwork is already done. You just need to tell the AI what it is.
Real estate agents, you're throwing qualified leads into trash, and I'm going to give you the exact solution to fix it. Your Google My Business listing is one of the best ways to get high quality inbound leads without ads, social media, or an expensive website. But most agents completely ignore it. Meanwhile, some of my clients are generating as many as 50 qualified leads a month on autopilot. Take Legendary Real Estate, for example. In just 2 months, they 4x their Google My Business listing interactions. That's calls, website clicks, and directions to their office. Yet so many agents are out here grinding on social media, wasting money on ads, and struggling with their website, all while ignoring the easiest lead source they already own. The best part, you don't need to do any of that. You just need 15 minutes a week and the right strategy. I've seen plenty of Google My Business listing courses, but nothing that works specifically for real estate. So I built you one, a Google My Business listing course for real estate. And before you say, oh my God, he's just another course guy, listen, it's free. I'm giving you it for free. There's no paywall, there's no upsell, there's no catch, okay? Just the real tactics I use every single day to generate my clients' leads. So if you want to get the course, just drop me a follow. It's the link in bio, all yours, again, for free. So that being said, I'll see you on the other side.
Right. Well, we're living a beautiful time. So to speak to that, so in my business where I help agents scale using my proven systems, I've partnered with a company who build relational tech, which is a little bit of an oxymoron, right? Relationships and tech aren't the same thing. And that's why really agents, you need to be the advisor for life, because the pace at which technology is advancing right now, the one thing that will never replace an agent is the relationship they had. So with this new company we partnered with, a relational tech that is powered with AI that goes into agents' databases and finds these all their assets under management, finds these opportunities that exist, and then has a done-for-you model that can go and contact these clients, because there's so many opportunities that are within our agents' databases. They just don't have time to know, and and sometimes don't have the skill level or have been taught how they can help their client in this way. So this tech goes in and does that for them, which is so awesome. And then it teaches them how to do what I've done, which is the next level of my program is we created a vendor program, and my vendor program is made up of, because all of our clients, we're super connectors for all of our clients. We connect them with everything they need before, during, and forever. They come to us for recommendations on electrician, HVAC, who they should use for a dentist. Like, we're their trusted resource for all those referrals. So I built up a vendor program locally here where I have over 100 of the best local businesses that take care of my clients for life, all the things they're going to need for home ownership and their human existence. And these companies, I have over 100 of them, they pay me $3,500 a year to be a part of my program. So before I even sell a house, we're profitable with that program, knowing that they're also taking care of my clients to a really high level, because they're the best of the best in our community. But then we also use it for lead generation, because we know their employees, their partners, them themselves, they're going to have life changes. And anybody with a life change likely has a housing need that lags right behind, whether you're getting married or getting divorced, whether you're having a baby come into the house, 2 babies come into the house, or 2 babies move out, whether you're getting retired or you got a new job. All those life changes typically instigate a housing need. And so we set up the program so that we're leveraging and serving them by helping them grow their business, as well as staying in front of them to be the broker of choice for them, and showing each other how to leverage those professional relationships, those professional referrals, to build that business together. Because a business that's repeat and referral based is worth 50 to 100% more than one that's not. And that's a big thing agents need to really think about. Like, what does this exit strategy look like for me?
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask as well, because it sounds like you have a bunch of referral partners, right? And then they're paying in to essentially be part of this like referral network. How do you maintain the quality in that network?
Yeah, so we have 5 big pillars that we use in making sure that we're serving them at the highest level. We help them scale their sales, obviously, with our target market approach. And a lot of small businesses don't really understand the value of having a target market, target audience that they're advertising to. We also help them in synergizing their B2B opportunities within each other. Basically, I've built like a mini chamber of commerce for them to stay together, but it has the Leads Club or the VNI network exclusivity for me, as I'm the only broker. Why I might have 3 HVAC or 5 vendors or 5 lenders. I'm only have one real estate broker in there. But we're serving at a high level, and a lot of my vendors ROI, like in the first 2 to 3 months, just from the broker or the business to business opportunities we're giving them to meet and be together and grow with knowing each other's relationships and what each other can do for each other's business. And then we also have I'm big, like one of my core values is continuous improvement. And so we go in, we do a mastermind once a month for them, helping them grow things that they need help on, whether it's AI, whether it's their Google My Business, Google Business Profile auditing for that page to make sure that they're serving that at the highest, whether it's SEO, different things that we know that we're doing for my business. And I'm teaching my agents anyway. I share with them to help them authentically grow their business. And then we also have a way for them to optimize their recruitment of good talent and the retention of good talent. Because being a business owner, the hardest part oftentimes is employee retention and recruitment. And so I've taken all of my pillars and bundled it up into an employee benefit package that they can now add to their employees, that they give to their employees just for being a part of my program. So it has all these benefits. And I have so many vendors who this program alone has changed their business. And they've grown at such levels because of what we've been able to do for them, which means that's changed their family, which means that when they're out in the world, out in the wild, it would be really hard for me to believe that if they came up to next to somebody who had a life change coming up, that I wouldn't be the natural name that came out of their mouth because of that authentic serving we're doing.
Smart. I really like that. So I kind of circle back. Do you do any like emails for the networking group? So like, let's say so-and-so has a promotion. Are you doing like this HVAC company is doing a promotion, boom, everyone in the network gets that? Or are you doing it basically just BNI style?
Yeah, no, we have a newsletter that goes out to everybody, once a week. Everybody's included in that. We have a community that we have everybody in. And so we have a weekly cadence that goes into that they have access to. They all have access to our site, our website, our software that we built. So they have access to that too, to help each other. And then and that's where we're staying and we do our masterminds within our community. We do all these things where I'm going in and providing value. Like, hey, you guys aren't using text blaze. You need to be using text blaze to optimize your time on things that you're doing on a repetitive basis and different things like that. So we're always staying in front of them as much as we can because we want to authentically from our core grow their business. And that's how we do it, is to help stay top of mind on each other and then on what we're doing to add value for them.
So it sounds like you almost do even like a marketing partnership. It sounds kind of like, okay.
Basically, we turned ourselves into like a mini marketing agency where they really, the fifth pillar I didn't talk about is just giving them that omnipresence on different platforms. I think that's what a lot of business owners don't realize either, is that they need to be omnipresent. They need to be on all these different platforms because it's a frequency illusion where a consumer sees them in one place, and then they see them again in another space, and they just think they see them everywhere, and that's where they're at. And so we're giving them all these different opportunities, whether it's through our newsletter, whether it's through our social media, whether it's through any of our packets, those types of things that we're doing for buyer seller packets or our listing contract, our listing presentations, things like that, that they're just getting such value and exposure to the right people, to the people we know are going to need their products and services. And we're expanding that too. Like we have restaurants in there. We have entertainment venues. We have, different things that are more than home service based vendors because we know they need help as well. And we also have in my program, just people who really just are in there just to B2B. They do SEO. They do these automations. They do those things that they're in there so they can have the opportunity to B2B to these people.
Smart. I really like that. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, you have 4 minutes. So where would you like to send people?
Well, if you are interested in building a repeat and referral business that I can help you optimize and serve your clients before, during, and forever, you get your business to a level where it's ready to exit when you're ready to exit, you can go out to letdownhomesupport.com, and you can certainly go out and see all my proven systems out there. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, you can go follow me on Instagram at Amy Stockberger. And if you're looking for, I often give this away, but if you want the framework on how to build a vendor network, the sales framework we use when we sit down to talk to those vendors, if you go follow me out at Instagram at Amy Stockberger, DM me vendor, and I'll go ahead and actually DM me vendor Andrew so I know where it's coming from, and I'll email you over that framework. or DM you over that framework.
Perfect.